Cool bean. Huh? Yeah, we started. Well, I mean, like right now. So it's all good. Okay. Do you guys remember what happened? I think it was a couple weeks ago. Um, let's see. You guys were tasked with going, I guess, to um, get a couple of feathers from the turkey. You guys remember that? Um, let's see. Would any of you like to give a recap if you remember? Huh? No. Cor correct. I gotta find this thing down here again. This is where we're at. So, what size is this? Okay, that's not bad. So turkeys coming in, or I guess little chickens that looked like this muscular guy. Tom chopped two of them in half, and then Michael, how big is this? Okay, good. Michael about like right here, trying to climb up into the tank, which has kind of like a little ladder-ish spot right here. At least a spot to climb in, and then top of the tank would be about right here. Let's see. Dory was on top of said turkey. This is probably you right here, I would bet. Um, this is the turkey. Oh man, right here. Uh, red. And I'll replace them. I have another screenshot of this. So red turkey. And then there is the, oh, where would he, what color would he be? The super mutant. We could probably do that. So yeah, the super mutant was angry, basically about Dory riding the turkey. And this is Mr. Ugly Butt, and eat it. And I mean, knowing I guess what you do about them, they tend to be in packs, and so he's probably trying to bring it back to his buddies somehow. He's like about 8.5, I would say, feet tall. He's a beefy dude, which surprisingly is not a ton taller than Dory's character. But all right, let's. Yes. So I'll throw that back in. Oh, hey, look at that. I'm not sure why that happens, but whatever. So this is the tank. Don't mind that it's like a crate looking color, but that's our tank spot. Entryway. Um, Turkey Boy was red, we said. So turkey right here. Dory riding on top. Um, here's Michael the robot. Tom will have you be orange. Holy smokes, that's huge. Alright, and then, oh yeah, we gotta put L Super Mutant right here. And then we're all set. Yeah, they heard, I guess, the first attempted attack, and they're kind of filing in. Um, we said there was about 8 of them, I think. Might have been 7, but let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then one right there. So they're all trying to pile in, and I believe Tom was the last to smack them up, and now we've got some dead turkey bits right here. Chopped in half turkey. So we can continue from there, starting now. And then, if I'm remembering the order, we were. I should just write it down. I guess just for the sake of running smoothly, I'm just going to write it down in front of me. But so Tom just went, and then I think it um, was it Dory, then Michael, I think. If not, we can just do it that way though, until I find the actual thing. Uh, okay, got a piece of paper. Okay, we're good. Tom, Dory, Michael, and then bots. We'll say bots. Cool. All right, so putting us back into where we were, um, Dory, your character had stabbed the turkey with the injector thing, the tracker device, and then it went down onto uh, kind of like a knee and kind of like in a roosting position of just kind of sitting there, and um, essentially limp, and then one whole round has gone by. So now you can kind of do your thing going from there. It is relaxed as can be, um, pretty much unconscious. Turkeys are coming in. What else? And the super mutant missed 2 um, rounds of shooting in a row. So if that says anything about his aim. Okay, so Dory, what do you want to do? Okay. Um, he yells back at you and he says, "No, it's my food. I'm gonna get you. I don't care what you think." So you have your weapons and you have, um, let's see what else you have. I'm pretty sure you do. You have a pipe gun. Okay. Let's see. So where? Oh man, you gotta steal. Is there Tom? Does Tom have a pipe gun? No. Okay, we'll look in just a second. It's so funny trying to remember everything. Okay, pipe gun. We'll throw that up there. Sweet. Close quarters, unreliable. Unreliable means need an extra success. Cool. All right, so Dory, are you wanting to shoot at him then? So close quarters, I'll explain kind of this idea. Um, so there's let's do this blue. So there's arm's reach, which is about 5 feet. You have close quarters, which would kind of be like a room, and then we have um, oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. So close quarters would be like, 10 to 12 feet, about half of a room's distance. And then it's zones where it's like, okay, here's like a full room. Medium range would be about double that. And then long range is kind of like this and sniping distance. So, um, for sure. Yeah. And, and so you're good. And it's not that you can't shoot, it's just it makes it harder to hit the person. You have to get one extra success for each zone that you're out of, if that makes sense. And then close quarters would also mean that you can, within arm's reach, it doesn't mess with your aim. You can still just point with your wrist, you could say. So, anyway, absolutely. So you can do, um, yeah, okay, let me show you guys this too. Nice. Yeah, so we have that in my head right now. 1 and 9, and oh, so you actually, yeah, I mean, with the one, that's like an automatic success. Um, Wait, and you're not small guns, but that counts as two. Um, so you automatically are gonna be able to hit him. I wanted to show this real quick too. Sorry to interrupt again. Um, Notes rules. No, yeah. Well, I guess the flow is what I should say. Interrupting flow. What the heck? Stuff you can do. How about that for a title? What? It hasn't updated? Lame. It was like this morning that I threw this on there, so I'm surprised it hasn't gone on there yet. There we go. Okay. So you have, and this is for everybody. Um, these are like some of the major actions, which would be you can do one per turn, or you can add action points to buy one more. It costs two AP. And then minor action, here's all these ones here. So you have like for major though, attack, you can treat somebody, you can uh, kind of give yourself more armor by defending. Um, you can ready up something so that as soon as something happens, your response is immediate. It like skips everybody's turn. Um, yeah, you can assist somebody, you can sprint. And then for the minor stuff, you can really do stuff with inventory is the main things, or movement, or go prone. Yeah, I mean, these are ideas, basically, like main things that would be classified as your actions that you can do, and you can have one major and one minor. So not necessarily you have to do any of those things, but it's like those are main examples. Um, and then here's our rolling list. So that being said, um, Doric, so you got a 1 and a 9, so you're definitely gonna hit him. And so you have to roll one more d20 and to know, I guess, like to pick where you hit him in a way. However, you can also use your minor action as aiming, and I think that's okay to do, and you can kind of pick when you do that. Yeah. Okay. So then you would still hold up. These are the first attack roll you make this turn. Oh, sweet. Cool. So you aim for his head. All right. So let's pull this guy. Oh, nice. And then I'm pretty sure you roll. Was that a d6? Oh, I'm sorry. I confused myself on that. So you aim for his head, and so that yeah. So if you don't aim, then we roll on that chart one more time. I'm sorry. Um, so do yeah, do one more. Yeah, yeah. Do three of those. Three d6s. 11. Oh no, sorry. Three different rolls. Okay, darn it. Um, so this is the d6 rolling type of thing. Um, so the threes do nothing. The five and six such, they do an effect. Um, all right. So you aim at the super mutant, um, pointing right at his head. Yep. They are pretty thick guys, and so you stick your arm out. Um, I assume non-gangster style, and you shoot at him. Um, as the bullet makes contact with his cheekbone, you see kind of the recoil of his head a little bit, um, and he yells out, "Ow! Stop that!" But then he looks right back at you, and he's ready to go. Um, yeah. Anything else you want to do? Like, as you could call it a bonus action. You can yell something at him. Perfect. Awesome. All right. And then moving on to Michael. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Oh, here it is. So you could, let's see. Do you have anything on explosives and such? It would be, but I can. Actually, it's kind of messed up on yours. Oh, it's all good. That's okay. I will do this for you. Yeah. So here's your guy. This is what it looks like for me, so it's a little bit wonky. Um, we've got this, this, this. Yes, perception. Okay, so you do have two on explosives. Um, and so that's a perception. Yeah, perception, and then the two, which your perception is 7. So 9 is our target number. Okay, so what you were doing is the thing that you would have to do, I suppose, is most likely go in it. But what thoughts do you have? Also, you have luck points where you can introduce information. Yeah, you can also introduce something, if that makes sense. Such as If you remember, we had the propane tanks in the other building that you blew up. Um, there were chemicals, and those would be the type of thing that would be, we just didn't notice it before, and it happens to be there. Correct. Yeah, and you have five of them still. Okay, perfect. So we'll switch that to a four. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Thanks for showing up, Tom. Okay. Um, let's see. Would you like me to give you some prompts, Michael? Explosives that could be found in an abandoned house and tank. All right, I have Gemini right in front of me giving me some potential explosives, which honestly I should feel like I should just save. All right, here we go. Blasting can. Okay, so they say crystallized ethers, uh, just certain chemicals. There are pressurized cylinders. There could be explosive shells that are in ammo storage around. What else? Rust, moisture, and temperature. Okay, I like the idea of kind of explosive shells, either in the tank or underneath. What do you think? You're spending the luck points, so you can kind of pick an idea and we'll run with it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would work. You may have to. So the tanks are usually pretty tough, right? And so you would have to lure our chicken into there to get it blown up, if that makes sense. Unless you were to put something in like like, oh gosh, that part of it. It's like the largest tube ever, but I don't know if you saw that, but wait, unless you unless you were to put him, huh? Oh man, from inside the tank, is that right? Oh, okay. So it'd be okay. Okay, okay. I got you. I understand. Um, all right. Let me think for just a second. This is you here, getting in there. Do you happen to know? Like, do any of you guys know about what the inside of a tank looks like in general? It's what? Yes. Yes. Um, a couple days ago, I looked into like a bunch of videos of different types of tanks just to see, okay, would, assuming Michael was going to want to climb in, um, would a robot fit inside of this thing? Um, what, Tom? I don't think so either. That's the thing. I feel, so, oh, wait a minute. Uh, sorry. So let me make sure we're on the same page. Oh no, like like that type of tank? Oh my gosh, that's. I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, because there's two. I was, yeah, going based off of this guy. Oh no, shoot, I'm so sorry. Absolutely, yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, this would be a propane tank. Yeah, but a tank. Um, more circular than square. But okay, we're on the same page now. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, knowing that, oh, that's hard. Okay. Knowing that it's a military tank, what would you, what would your guy like to do? I'm going to say that with the luck point, there is um, several explosive casings inside of it, um, as if they were going to use this tank, like to drive it around. There is ammunition, yes. Oh, interesting. Um, yeah, what do you think, Michael? Let's look at your guy. Get some ideas real quick. And I'm gonna grab. Yeah, I mean, you can use science. Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, what is he talking about? Yeah, yeah. We can still keep the. Okay, yeah, you can have it back. Yeah, that's so funny. Yes. Oh wait, that's true. She did hop off. Sorry. Sweet. That's all right. No, no, that's all right. You can do whatever you want. Okay, he's rebooting. That's a bonus action. No, and I should remind you, let me remind you too, you happen to know Dory does not remember, and that's why she injected the turkey again. Um, but you happen to remember that he just wanted a couple feathers brought back to him, to Cobb. So I guess that information, and also Tom remembers too. Yes. Do you remember those three letters that Dory said was insulin? Okay. Did you happen to look up what it is? Okay, cool. Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, true. True. Your sensors do recognize the sounds of the, I guess, chopping of the of the chickens, the noises they're making. What else? You can investigate other areas as well, or you can just haphazardly shoot at people, or I guess shock people. Shock the turkey. Okay, love it. All right. No, that's fine. Let's see if I can grab this thing. All right. Should I do a couple rolls for you? If you can roll. Okay. Okay, sweet. So we were deciding it was science and our agility, I believe. Wait, science intelligence. Agility is aim. Shoot. Um, let's do science and intelligence, I guess. Just with him being who he is. But so is that 11 you have to beat then? Okay. That's what you rolled? Sweet. All right. And so in order, I should say, um, so a minor action to move over and go next to the turkey. So movement right there. And you see Michael charge up his arms. They glow red. You hear the kind of the sizzling noise of any of the crud that may have been on it from walking around, as things heat up, and then the release of the shock into our bird here, and this bird, starts convulsing. Let's see. All right, so we've got nice, perfect. That's good timing anyway. It's his turn anyway. So Michael, go ahead and do some rolling though for the um, damage that you do to it. And then, yeah, those are the sixes. Was it just two? I feel like it's gonna be, it's four. Oh, sweet. That's so good. Okay, 1165. Is this one right? So that's one, two, six is three, four, and you get two damage effects. That's awesome. Okay. So with Michael's hands, he does a little bit of stun as well when he gets effects. Um, so Michael he charged up and he released a shockwave into the turkey. Um, he does kind of go limp for a half, like a as far as his muscles, but it seems like his limbs are moving around and kind of thrashing. Um, and he begins convulsing as if in a seizure. Um, and so he is going to, of course, skip his turn, but this is something that I was okay. Um, so I'm not as descriptive as I would love to be, but so I got a little bit of help with ChatGPT about explaining how this kind of works. Um, so it's been a full turn. He was injected. Um, and what Michael knows is that the injection doesn't wait for uh, time to adapt necessarily, and if it was injected twice, their body will be changing and then switching kind of their change. Um, so is this making any sense? Slightly, Michael, based on what was injected. Okay, no. So you see kind of the eyes of the turkey, even though it's thrashing around and its muscles are contracting and relaxing at very fast rates. He still is kind of making eye contact with each of the three of you that he can see. With Tom, I think, behind the tank on the other side, having smacked a couple turkeys. Um, but he's making eye contact with all three of you, one at a time as he's sort of moving around. Um, he um, starts to show signs of blood and um, just kind of bleeding out of wounds that start to form as his body is starting to change shape. Um, he has a couple bullet wounds from previous injury. Um, kind of scars that start to open up. Um, a little bit of green starts to take the spot of where that bullet wound was. Um, you start to see a little bit of burning within those bullet wounds, and then they close up and it becomes scar tissue. Um, there's more convulsing, and you start to see the growth of um, the, the wings. They grow a couple of inches. The neck bones sort of spread, kind of like how if you have like a stack of coins and you push down on them, um, it's like his neck starts to stretch out as his arms and legs are convulsing, and his neck stretches out and then comes back together, but they seem to be thicker. And you kind of hear a grinding and popping noise. Um, the thrasher, which kind of is actually how it got its name, um, stops thrashing, you could say, and it goes not limp, but it stops moving and is now stiff, puts its legs out under itself again. And you see that also, even though it was, like moving its legs around, thrashing a whole bunch, you see that the talons on it have also changed quite a bit. So you got this nasty guy. So he's starting to look a little bit. Yes, I found the guy. So you see a lot more, a lot more thick of a neck. Yeah, you could say he has those little or not talons, but the hairs sticking out from his chest. At least they appear to be hairs. Um, yeah, you see the growth here. Um, so it has an arm sticking out, and then there's also a wing. So it's as if it's grown a third arm. Let me grab one last thing to give it a little picture description. Do you guys know what cassowaries are? Have I shown you that? Yeah. Oh, really? That's awesome. All right. So this chicken now has large talons, as Napoleon would say. Wait, is that the name? That's actually a term, isn't it? Gosh, good job, Tom. You all take 2 points of psychic damage from Tom's joke. Just kidding. All right. Yeah, what did you want to see? Oh no. Let me clarify. These are these are the chickens that are down here. The several of them. Um, yes, those are the ones Tom was attacking. This is what this guy looked like originally, just kind of a big turkey, and now he has a bunch of nastiness all over. Um, and Dory, while all this is happening, you actually start to um, do you have health missing? Where's your health? There it is. Oh, you were at 13. Nice. So as that whole thrashing business was going about, you actually felt the small wounds that you had um, start to heal. So you're back to 14. I don't know if you know what that means for your character, but that's what you feel. No, but the opposite. There you go. That's the one. Yes. So there's some radioactivity coming from this turkey now as well. Um, you see a little bit of green start to show, like in those wounds and such that we talked about. So he had a wound here, and that green kind of is uh, instead of just red blood that you would normally see in any old mammal, you see a lot more green kind of pumping through in random spots as it's moving about and sort of. Yeah. All right. Let's see. And then, so after all that massive description, I guess, Michael had moved. He had shocked him. And then you can also do like a bonus type of thing. So like something that doesn't require like movement and such. And then move to the next person's turn. Yeah, Michael. You want to do anything before the next thing? Okay. All right, this will help you. So very, like a small amount of room, you can kind of move a little bit. That's perfect. So he backs up a little. Um, Next we have the turkeys, which are going to come. Let's see. So the one that Tom is closest to, it kind of runs toward him, but tries to run between his legs. Tom, if you can roll 1d20, and then these guys are going to come over here and try to assist. So they're just moving, and they're just hiding behind him. And so we'll remove all these guys. But there are now, so they basically are just sprinting, and that's their entire action. They're going to try and support their turkey leader. A two? Oh, nice. Okay, so there's seven turkeys, or little chickens, these guys. And Tom, if you want, you can kind of like stop the turkey and catch it, or um, essentially just be in its way if you would like. Catch him. Okay, so Tom reaches out and grabs one, and he's holding one now by by its legs, neck, and oh, okay. Okay, so Tom grabbed it by the neck at first, and then is now holding his legs. One is upside down in his arms. Okay, and then now it's Super Mutant's turn. Um, let's see, what would he be doing at this point? He so this Super Mutant, as he's watching kind of the thrashing and um, sort of seizure going on and the changes that are happening to this turkey, um, he for his turn and during all of that, maybe I'll use green again. He's already kind of backing away, and so he sees these turkeys going by. Um, I'm going to say that for his minor action, he's going to grab one of the turkeys. So him and a turkey. Um, he's backing away, and so that's say that's minor. So he makes it out to here. He's going the opposite direction, and he's just running away from the turkey, the large turkey. So he's got to about here, apparently where the star is, and that's gonna be his whole turn. So now we have Tom. It's your turn again. You are holding the chicken. Also, I should mention that the with the super mutant having taken off, kind of, and sort of trying to not fight, um, and then the turkey has not engaged you guys yet, and the chickens have all ran behind the turkey. We're kind of at a point where you could switch between battle and taking turns, or just kind of saying what you want to do, if that makes sense. The turkey. And you hear the super mutant say, "You better run too." Okay, and the turkey is standing. No. Oh, like to the turkey, like the big turkey. Okay, so Tom comes around into eyesight of the big turkey, right? And Oh gosh. All right. So Tom, if you're gonna intimidate, you should do a roll for that as well. Yeah. So Tom's going with charisma, and he's got, oh gosh, unless you want to do some other, you have the option to use your, I guess you could use strength instead of charisma, depending, because it is technically better. Um, or if you can describe a reason that intelligence is used. What do you think? What do you want to do? And you can also play to your strengths. Oh, actually, yes, your melee is super high too. Mhm. A six. Um, yeah, roll two dice. Or I guess like the other die as well. No, the 20. So two total rolls. Okay. Um, based on your guys' skills, what do you like action wise? What are you doing? Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're wanting to do, like just tell me what you're, because that would also decide, I guess, like what stats we're using. Okay. Oh, it says obey our commands or be strangled. You're talking about the turkey that you're holding, or I guess the chicken that you're holding. Like he'll be strangled. Okay. Let's see real quick. You rolled a 9 and a 17. Five, and I'm gonna say that's melee. So Tom got one success, I would say, because well, I guess he'd be unarmed. Uh, I'd say that's zero. I, I'd say that's zero successes actually, because you'd be doing unarmed with strangle. But but all right. So the turkey. Yeah, he succeeded. Um, so the turkey kind of cocks his head at you, and you see his eyes widen, and his pupils kind of constrict. Uh, he lets out like a shriek. The story in here, I don't want to be too. It's kind of like no, Tori. Um, but so he lets out a shriek, um, and the uh, chickens behind, all in unison, um, run at Tom. So I would say that no one has made a true attack yet, and so someone can interrupt that. You're hugging. Okay. No. Um, the turkey who had barely noticed your presence at first, um, didn't pay you much mind because you were just standing there. He kind of sticks one foot out, and as if he's kind of testing you, and he steps 1 foot toward you and just leans on it and steps back and puts his head. Oh, are you not? Oh, sorry. Um, let's restart that. So the turkey begins shaking his head, and his one little extra hand pushes on you, and um, I guess let's have you do a roll on that. But he pushes on you as if to like give distance between and assess what's going on. You gotta say, oh, that's pretty good. Uh, oh wow. Okay. So he pushes a little bit, and you resist, and you don't move very far away from. You're still essentially holding him, giving him a hug. And so he okay, he thrashes again, or I guess moves his head around again, and he takes a swipe at you with his small with this guy, like the little extra hand sticking out. This thing that you can barely see now. So he takes a swipe at you. Um, let's see, he has to get. Where is that? And melee, there it is, 5. Oh, he has to roll 5. Okay, let me grab this little rolly do right here. Rolling 2d20. Oh wow. So he rolled 2 2s. Holy cow. Give me just 1 second. There's 6, 4, 5. Oh, I'm so scared. How much health does Dory have? Good heavens. Let's see. Okay. I am going off of someone's stats, so that's interesting. Can you stay there? I'm gonna take a screenshot of them real quick. There we go. Okay. So they got, oh my gosh, 2, 4, nothing, nothing, 5, 6 with effects, which is slash. So you take 6 points of damage with that slashing claw, that one of the slightly less sized talon. So a little bit smaller version of that. But so you take. Oh, so he. I guess that's a good point. So with so this would be considered physical damage that he did to you. You have you're both immune and you heal over time um, with the radiation that you're around. And so you would heal 1 point per round. But um, so 6 points though brings you down to 8. Okay, so he slices at you, and since he did 6, I'm gonna, I guess, roll a d20 to figure out where he sliced at you. That one, a 5. What if that would? Yeah. Let me see though. I got roll on this one, right? Did I say it out loud? I said 5, right? Okay, so that fits. Yeah, so he hits torso. Um, so with that slash though, it kind of opens up a gash uh, yeah, in your main chunk of body, right? And you and surrounding people around you can see just blood start kind of pouring out. Um, it made it probably like half an inch deep um, on that torso of yours, and it's just can what's the word? Um, consistently making drops of blood through your clothing. Yeah, you could. I think Tom did his thing. He sliced. It is, yeah, and Tom had just went and he was getting attacked by the chicken. So it actually is your turn based on that order from earlier. So you wanna unarmed grab him or something? Okay. All right, let's see. So we've got strength, which is awesome. And then I would say either unarmed or athletics, honestly. I don't know. Well, you probably want unarmed. Okay. The strangle. All right, so give a 2d20 roll. And I guess we're going against his body stat. Yes. No, okay, I don't even have to look because I did a second ago, but his is 5. Um, so against this, so technically all your muscles put together would beat his strength, if that makes sense. Um, so you see Dory grabbing his neck, and squeezing with his, or yeah, so with his muscles, and you can see the flexing of his arms, and the uh, the turkey tries to move its head forward and peck at Dory, but can't with I guess the stiffness of Dory's strength. And it lets out kind of like a cut um, scream. I guess if somebody's pressing on your vocal cords, it's like a lot higher pitch, so it's kind of like a louder pitch, um, crowing screech noise. I wonder if I can do it. I don't know. I did a backwards sound like breathing inward and pushed on my throat. All right, so there's Dory. Do you want to do some damage on it then? We're okay. Let's see. We would we would have to do kind of you know how like in D&D you have the grapple battles, if that makes sense. Oh, I don't know if okay. And maybe it's the newer D&D. Um, but you have like if you grapple somebody, there has to be several checks in a row. Um, and so what we would do there then, Dory, I'll give you if you want to roll 2d6, and let's have that be the damage, like the 1, 2, and then 5 and 6. Sweet. Okay. So you would do 1 damage, and then I'm gonna have like an effect that I'm sort of kinda, yeah. I'm picking I guess a separate stat for this. Would be like an oxygen stat. Okay. So that he has 1 point of oxygen, and we'll set a limit on there. Okay, cool. So, so you can see his kind of that his the blood on his face is starting to increase a little bit more. He's getting a little bit more redness in his face. He takes 1 point of damage, so we're sitting at that. Cool. And then it would be Michael's turn now. They do. Oh no. So that happens. Except the difference would be that instead of head kind of pulling back, it tries to reach toward you as if resisting and maybe even fighting back. So it's yeah, it's its beak is like inches from your face, and it's kind of snapping at you. Let's see, Michael, are you still there and ready? Okay, yeah, it's good. We've got, and I'll show you this too. We've got first aid is a major, inch plus medicine. Um, I guess that's really the main thing. Yeah, if you are you looking at your stats? Is that what you're saying? Oh, yeah, yeah. So or sorry, he does have an injury on his chest. I'll just say she. It just makes it easier to track. She Dory. Oh gosh, she Dory. Okay, so beating an 11 to make sure that you do actually some sort of healing. Did you roll 2d20? Oh no. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Um, because your guy, yeah, the first d20 you buy. No, not that. Which one was it again? Okay, perfect. So yeah. Oh, 19. Well, remind me what that was again. We roll 1d20 on that test. That's funny. Okay, go ahead. So as Michael's rolling too, I should say he's moved over to Dory, who just is strangling this turkey, and you see like these healing hands like charging up and trying to warm slightly, and just kind of like maybe cauterize the wound and everything. While this turkey's being strangled, you like sneak in there. Yes, that does one, right? That's one success, right? Okay. And then it's let's see, we were with medicine, and what was it? Did you roll under? Okay, it doesn't count as two on this one, but um, please, please remain calm. Okay, so with Dory having received the slashing damage, I'm gonna say no points are healed, but there will be no blood loss from that wound unless more is done to the same spot. So I'm doing like a mental note with this line. It won't be decreasing for the next couple rounds. Well, back to it. So yeah, so Turkey is going to. Oh my gosh, he's got to do his strength roll, which was he has to beat the 5. We got 2d20. Give me Uh, oh, that's okay. You don't necessarily have to. I'll keep switching back and forth. Um, I also want to point out that I don't think that you guys picked, because you're level 3. Dora, you only have 2 perks. Well, that's not a perk, though. That comes with you being a ghoul, so you have 2. You need one more. So you can have, it was creation, it's rule books, that's what it was. You should be level 3 now because you got 2 level ups because of the blowing up the factory and a land, or not a landmark, but a, oh my gosh, benchmark? Can't remember the word. Anyway, like the plot progressing type of thing, like an important event happened. And so we're calling, I can't remember the term. It's gonna drive me crazy, but anyway, so yeah, you guys are level 3 though. The funny thing is that the um, leveling up is maybe it's so that they get you interested and hooked or whatever in the game because you're like, yay, leveling up. But it's literally 100 XP to level up first level. So like that's just a handful of things. Like, those three bugs, you kill them and it levels you up. But yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't explain any others around it. So, but you at least killed the 3. There's a pretty big explosion. Oh, Dory, did you get that page open? Okay, cool. I think Tom also had a couple that he could pick too, and as he said, strength 7. You can't use this yet, but it'd be coming. But yeah, you can still pick 2 of those perks. Yeah, no worries. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh. Sorry, I missed your last sentence. I was rolling for the turkey, which he failed 4 dice rolls because I even used 2 of my saved action points against you guys. That's actually the. So let me point this out too, Dory. Let me remind you. Um, so your intelligence is 4, but remember you have a crap ton of luck. You can replace any stat with by using a luck point. You can replace any stat with your luck attribute. So yeah, 7 times per like session basically. Well, I guess per day. Per session would kind of be OP, but 7 times per X time period, um, you can replace that stat with your luck attribute. So that's kind of cool. There's a lot of things it can be for. Oh, okay. I guess that's funny. So, and I I find that super funny too because it's like that ghoul definitely didn't hack our computer because he can't even read, right? And so like you can get away with it and be like you have an excuse. So like, was that you? Did you do that? No, nope. Huh. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, so there's one more. That's three for you now. Okay, perfect. Oh, you you do get yes. So if you haven't added any, um, each so you get 2 points to 2 dots, I should say, to add to your character. So you two, Michael, and you two, Tom. You can put 2 dots on your character sheet. You guys, yeah. Do you know what I mean by the dots? Like Dory was doing the dot method or whatever, right? Okay, correct. So you should have 3 perks total. Tom's actually get it should be at 4 perks. So, but he can, yeah, 3 perks total. You get one per level. And Tom, just being who he is, he gets an extra perk. I can't remember what for exactly. I think it was a trait. Yeah, he's the rad sponge. Um, yeah. Let me mute myself real quick while you guys are looking at stats for a minute. Yes, 2 dots. Started at level 1 with all the points, and then each level up gave you one each. Yeah, do you want me to put those on or? Okay, so one on, yeah, no worries. Okay, and one on unarmed. Do you have 2 on throwing? Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, it looks like it. Let me put those dots a little bit better. If if nothing else, you just gained 2 extra points because of the phone tapping there, maybe. But that's all right. It'll make it for some fun extra stuff for you to do. I'm gonna make them bigger dots so that we don't add extra, I guess. Sweet. Well, you are adding a. Okay, let's just say, Dory, you can leave it alone. Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's funny. Where is it? Right here. I think what it. So I found this awesome um website that maybe I'll just throw all your characters into that thing. Um, where is it? There you go. Fallout 2D20 Netlify. I guess I'll throw it into your guys' stuff too. But anyway, so it. Let's see. There was Nick. This thing was kind of nice. It's just like a small database that saves your character info. So I should just throw all your guys into that. Ends up looking like this. It's a lot more neat. But cool beans. So Dory got her points, and then that thing. Michael, did you add your points already? Okay, no worries. Is this what we're using? Nope, this is. Okay. Why, Tom, are you just chilling for a sec? Okay, cool. Well, while Michael's kind of picking stuff, I'll keep going, if that's all right. Okay. So yeah, Dory was strangling him. My turkey failed 4 dice rolls. Um, so he was trying to peck at Dory again. That's really just trying to kill her. Um, and so as that was his major action was to attack. Minor action. Um, he's taken a few steps kind of back and trying to pull away. So he's really just trying to move. Um, and I'm going to do one more roll for seeing if I can kind of like knock you off your feet, maybe. No. So what'd you get? Oh gosh, yeah, especially so then. He got a 19, so so he takes a step back and tries to pull his head a little bit as well after stabbing at you. Um, and you other two can kind of just see it's almost like a pyramid shape where there's a neck leaning really far forward and the body of the chicken kind of like just held on by a guy's hands who's leaning backward with one leg behind him, just like bracing and holding tight. And they're trying to pull apart from each other. So it's just kind of this battle of wills. And then, oh gosh, and then all those turkeys are attacking Tom anyway, so they're not paying attention anymore. Um, so let's do a group roll for them. We're doing, and they have to do the same thing. So there's 7 of them, and any that get below their roll, so 8. And then we got to, before it disappears, we got 1, 2, 3. That's it. Or I guess there's 7 of them. They got 3. What the heck? You guys are chumps. This is supposed to be a lot harder. That's funny. Okay, so um, yeah, I know. This is easy stuff. Yes, so mass of seven turkeys all kind of just like swarm at Tom. So now there's seven of those around him. And you see, there we go. Three of them sticking out their claws and jumping past him. They sort of like slice past Tom's arms and legs, any exposed like limbs is what they're going for. And one of them, with their three who actually did beat, does make contact with, for sure, some face skin. And so, true. Yeah. 1, 3, 5, 5. Okay, so he does one, two, 3 damage total to Tom with those three chickens that hit. One of them scrapes across Tom's face. You got a small little scratch, just kind of horizontal below your cheekbone, and a small amount of blood coming from there. And then you're down to 7 for your HP. Cool. And that's them. It's back to Tom. Yeah, it was kind of like all at once. They just kind of swarmed you, and they're kind of just spread. Like you could say, most of them are past you and to the side because they were trying to like dodge and attack. So just kind of trying to graze you as they slide past. Oh, okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, I think what we'll have to do in that case, since you're not aiming at one particular person, um, yeah, let's do that. So let's have you give three d20, and then let's see, this is against your strength and where is it? Melee. Oh, nice. Actually, you so you have a 10 and it's a tag. Oh, those. Do you want to change anything about that roll? Those rolls? Because none n none of them are successes. Okay. So you see Tom holding out his two machete, like a windmill, arms out, and he starts spinning in circles, and um, the chickens, um, with them jumping around, the ones that were kind of in midair sort of push off um, the blades a little bit with their wings. Um, One maybe gets clipped a little bit on like the hardened um, talons that they have. Just kind of lands on its side on the ground and gets back up. Anything else you want to do, Tom? Yeah, you so you did one major just now. So here's a little, I don't know if you're looking at the thing, but you can move, aim, and prepare something. Um, you can pull out a different item or put something on, like get something out. You can interact with stuff that's kind of within arm's reach and maybe a few steps. You can take a chem of some sort. Oh, yeah, true. Okay, get okay. Like, yep. Okay, sounds good. All right. So we go to Dory now. And also, Tom, with you being in general proximity of the turkey, I'm pretty sure your character absorbs radiation. Uh, let's see, base close range people take 0, 1 rad point. So I'd say just being in the general vicinity of the turkey, um, he's had 2 rounds. You've gained 2 rad points, which means you can spend those points to attack. Basically, you would just like shoot out like a radiation blast from you. So you can use that on like either your next turn or whatever, but or even just while there's talking going on or something, you could just blast somebody. So okay, and then Dory, good. I love that. I'm so glad. All right, let's give a couple rolls again. He's doing against his rolls of pulling away. I got 1. He got 2. Yes. But oh yeah, you said you got a 2. Ah, and a 9. What was your strength? Real quick on there. 7. Oh yeah, and you're doing on a. Oh man. All right. Well, he loses another oxygen point on there. Wonderful. So he's still resisting. You're kind of just holding there. Um, yeah, same as last time. On like as far as plot movement, maybe kind of boring, but you're still kind of just fighting and holding. Unless you want to do anything else, I guess. Um, just holding. Let's see. You're not really. You're just joking. Like, oh my gosh. And he doesn't know it. Like he's already out of like he's on the other side, can't see what's going on. Um yeah, okay, let's have unless Dory, there's anything else you can think of real quick to do. I have this pulled up to think of something. You can actually, let me tell you this. So you can add another action with 2 action points, but you guys have your 6 still. So you could, I guess, squeeze harder or something like that. You can also use up to 3 action points to add damage to your squeezing. You're up next. Okay. So you would do another roll. So essentially this, if you're doing this version of it, or you can just add, I guess, damage. But if you're doing this one, you'll work on the oxygen thing for him too. Oh, heck yes. Okay, well, and then I guess just to make sure he doesn't get any 1s, let me roll for him on that. Nope. Okay. All right. So there's another 2. That's fun. So as you're squeezing, you start to see the change of color. Instead of kind of a brighter red that you would normally see in people, the color is sort of changing more to like a light purple of sorts as um, I'm pretty sure this is biologically correct, or physiologically correct, um, as the oxygen is leaving the blood that is trapped. I might be wrong, but anyway, you see some kind of like pinking and or sorry, some purpling of his of the face, and he's getting even darker and redder. You can see some of the veins kind of appearing more in his eyes. His eyes do roll back this time. Okay, and then Michael. I want. Oh no. Let's see. You do. Okay. Kill them both. Um. Okay. I mean, yeah, you definitely can. Um. I would say that you don't kill Dory, or not kill her, but you don't knock out Dory unless you get a two on all four of these if you succeed. So that's kind of safe-ish. Ish. Um, sorry, no, I was just kind of thinking how it would go. So you would do your 2d20 to decide if we're successfully hitting. Which we were doing our intelligence versus plus your, was it science? I think we were doing. Yeah, the three. So 11. Oh, okay. Sweet. And then you actually gain back one success. You guys have 5 action points. Ooh, I can actually track it here. You guys have 1 action point gained back from Michael's double success because this is a tagged one. Where's my cursor? There we go. All right, and so Michael's right here. Okay, yeah. So he charges up again. You see the red forming and the heat kind of emanating from it, and then the blue of kind of a lightning. And oh, interesting. So Michael, you will roll to see how much damage you do, and it applies. Should we play equally? I guess we would. Maybe we would do like 75%. So yeah, go ahead and roll 4d6. Okay, so okay, so yeah, 75% of that is still basically just two anyway. So you both of the characters take 2 damage. Let me mark that real quick. So Dory's down to 5. Okay, and I think yeah, give me 1 second. Um, he was down at 34, 24. He's at 22. Oh wait. Um, I just also realized too. So yeah, Dory gets shocked. The turkey also, both of you guys kind of just like you're both trying to strangle each other, and the initial like muscular contraction of the shock. Um, I'm gonna have Dory. I'm gonna have you do one more, um, just one roll, so d20. Um, let's see. No, let's do two. Like we'll keep it consistent. What the heck? Okay, we got, and then his. Just make sure he doesn't get any ones. Okay, cool. Um, from that shock, actually, you end up seeing uh a whole like as you're kind of looking into his eyes after Ooh, da, da, da. No, they you see a lot more veins kind of popping into his eyes, a lot of red showing up and kind of darkening around the actual eyeball as if blood is kind of pooling into his eyes. And that's just from the contraction of your muscles from the shock. So a funny thing, yes, you lost 2 health, you gained one more because of the round switch over. Now we're back in a full circle. So you're back up to 7. So that actually wasn't too bad as far as something to do. So let's see, Michael, what was that? That was just a major, I'm pretty sure, right? Okay, you can do a minor. You can also, I guess, you guys have 5 action points, so you can do other stuff if you want. There's all this down here. Okay, all right. So it is two little bots again. All right, and then it was the turkey first. Flip. Oh yeah, they ran first. Okay, so this is Tom's roll against Tom. They're still fighting Tom. 5, 6, 7. And then I'll take a little screenshot. Ooh, we got one. That's right. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. So those 7 chickens that were attacking you, they kind of swarm on you again, and in the chaos, um, one more turkey swipes at your neck. See, now you have a cut on your neck as well. You take one point of damage. Or no, that's not true. Sorry, there's 2 turkeys that hit you. Let me roll 2 of these guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, you only take 1 point of damage actually. So the first one, yeah, he slices at your neck, makes a little cut in there, and then that is actually it. The other one, he kind of slices a little bit of your what's that called? Like your duster, your coat thing, drifter outfit. You just have a little slice in this guy here. That's it. Okay. Oh wait, so that was just them attacking you. Sorry. Um, we'll do that in just a second, actually. Um, Turkey still trying to resist Dory. Give him his 2d20. That's one. Okay. Dory, can you give 2d20 also? Oh man, that's freaking stupid. Well, unfortunately, he still does not break free because he's at such low. I made the difficulty a little bit harder. Cool. Well, he tries to kind of peck at you again, but you can tell that he's just like slowly moving his head, not really getting enough added to his like muscular, movement and strength. He's kind of fading. You can tell. Um, so as a last kind of ditch, he will give him his flurry. He reaches up and so I'm using one point here. Okay, with his leg, and he actually does 2 more damage to you. Um, just as he reaches one leg up and like sort of steps forward, reaches one leg up and slices um, like at your uh, I guess the closest body part. So mainly would be the like the belly, chest. Not nothing too crazy, but Made it even worse. Yes, it will. Okay, and then all right, Tom, it's yours. Okay, spinning or swiping and stuff. Okay. Yeah, do the 2d20. See if you're hitting on them. And a 5, which, yeah, definitely pass on that one, which is a tag, which counts as 2. That's good. Okay, cool. And then roll, what was your machete thing again? I'm pretty sure you rolled 3. Cool. Yeah, roll 3 two times. So I guess 6, but 2 targets. The 6-sided dice. Yeah, so you would roll the 6-sided die 6 times. 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, 3. Okay, cool. All right, so Tom swings, and I like those dice rolls actually quite a bit because he got an effect on 2 of those. Um, so as the chickens are kind of bouncing around, and like circled around him and just kind of jumping around and trying to um, be aware of commotion, but also be moving. Tom swipes down and ends up chopping the wing off of one of the turkeys. And with that same swipe, he actually chops the head off of another. With his second swipe going kind of a more horizontal, um, he chops the kind of the belly and through, so a large chunk of the one of the chickens um, gets a little, or I get gets a um, like the intestines just kind of like fall out from him while they're trying to jump around in the air, and so you end up hitting 3 of them. So we are down to 4 chickens surrounding Tom anyway. One probably gonna bleed out or something with his missing wing. So all right, cool. Anything else you want to do, Tom? Sweet. All right, Dory. Yeah, seriously. What's going on here? There we go. All right, I have to do my rolls against yours too. Got a 10 and an 8. So nothing. Oh, cool. Well, that's fun. All right, so the uh, Doria. So this is the finisher moment, I would say. What are you doing as you're choking him and you realize that his body is going now limp? And so what about like, go ahead. The Sick of Mice and Men. Going to sleep, boss. I put him to sleep. Okay, so the massive old turkey, the thrasher. Um, let's see if we can do this. That'd be cool. Can I add that? Wish I could like actually draw and stuff, like with a little pen. But you see darkened rings around there. Right. All the eyes kind of bulging and such. And I don't know. Yeah, tongue rolls out. Yeah, so he's now in, yeah, in your arm or in your hands still, and his neck goes limp, flops down. The weight of his body sort of pulls on your arms, um, and the leg sticking out is now just on the floor, and he's kind of dragging you down with his weight. And he, good job. All right, well, he's asleep. Cool. Um, as as you're laying on top of him, you can still kind of feel movements and such, as like muscles are sort of trying to move in place and readjust. Um, to you, it feels like he's potentially still alive. Um, but yeah, muscles and even like the feathers are sort of changing shape and changing a little bit of color, like just hue or tone of color as time goes. Here you go, Lucy. It's okay, baby. Okay. All right, and then all there is left is the turkeys, I guess. The little turkeys. There's four of them, and we're looking at Michael's turn. I think it was four. Or wait, no, that's not right. Five. Okay. Let's see, Michael. We were in the cryojet? No, what were we looking at? Medicine. Oh, 11. Oh, yeah, okay. And then as far as like damage, was it three? Like, what were we, how did we do that again? Frick. I think I was doing his damage, just like his shock hands. Well, let's do that again. Yeah, 2d20s to make sure you beat the 11. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. And then do your 4d6. So nothing, nothing, 1, 1, right? Dory. But with effect, let's give a bonus there. Roll two more d6s. 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. We'll go 8. Give that bonus. Give an effect as a bonus. Okay, so she's up to 8 again. Not bad. Um, let's see. Yeah. So you have that cauterized wound on your chest, um, on your stomach, kind of that scratches or like the cut that it made on your stomach, from the kick. Uh, kind of like smooths over as he gives kind of his warming and cauterizing effect once again. And then turkeys one more time. I guess they're attacking Tom. They're still kind of just freaking out. Actually, we're gonna do this. Yeah, got one, and then I'm gonna say there's one going for. Say they notice they freaking idiots. Yeah, they're jumping around like crazies. One of them heads over, or like notices out of the corner of its eye that their leader is on the ground and injured, or so they think, or whatever, right? So there's one over by Dory, and it kind of tries to attack Dory and scratch her, but misses entirely. I guess I was gonna say also you're prone, so makes it harder anyway. But so there's three over by Tom still, and then um, yeah, one over by Dory, and that's their turn. There we go. All right, Tom, do some killing blow. Sweet. All right. Shoot. Okay. With Tom's swipes, the first one swings down and misses the one turkey is aiming at. And with the second one, um, he slings down, and I'm gonna say that one of your machetes goes flying and it hits and it gets stuck into the wall. So there's one just sticking in the, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's one sticking in the wall. Okay. Anything you want to do otherwise though? Cry a little bit. You could swing again if you want and do another 2d20 roll so you can attack once if you wanted to spend an action point. Okay. Okay, down to three. Tom, you swing at him. Okay, oh gosh. What was your other roll, Tom? The other d20 roll. You said 11 and what? Oh, okay. Oh no, was it a 20? So Tom's other weapon goes flying into the wall too as he swings again. Sorry, Tom. So if you want to swing, you have to retrieve your weapons, or you can pull out your pistol next, or whatever for at your next round. So you you see Tom pull out his pistol as his minor action, put it up to his tongue, and he licks the end of it. All right, Dory, it's you. What are you gonna do? You're underneath the turkey, right? That's what I thought too. But okay, yeah, no, that's what I thought too. So, but once he said that there's a turkey on top of you, I was like, wait, what? Okay, Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Gotcha. Oh, I 100% see what you mean now. Okay, yes. So Turkey's laying down there, and his flopped neck is kind of like draped across you, and one of his wings is on like your arm and leg. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Oh, speak. Let's see. We did Mike. I'm actually pretty sure. Didn't wasn't that another loop anyway? I think you're at 9 now, right? And then Tom has some points actually too, just from being around the turkeys. So he has the either 4 or 5 points. 5 is the max that he can carry, so you could unload on somebody. So, um, the funny thing is that if Tom unloaded on Dory, it would heal her because that's radiation. Okay, we can have that be your turn after this. Michael, what do you want to do real quick? Have your turn real quick and in the attack lineup. Um, okay, yeah, do the 2d20 and then the 4d6, and then oh geez, okay, cool, and then the d6s. Right on. Those are massive, yeah. So she's got one, two, three, four, and then roll another, let's say two d6s. I mean, yeah, cool. Okay, so she's at 13. So you got four plus the bonus one, bonus success. Yeah, Dory feels high from all the heat. Yep. Oh, that's true. Yeah. So actually, she's at 14 now because we completed another loop. Um, so turkeys swing at Tom and Dory. There's three of those. Nice. Um, so one of the turkeys swings at Tom, does one more damage to him, and the others miss. What's he at? At 5. Yeah, but doing fine. Um, so as those turkeys are jumping around, um, from out of the corner of your eye, you see, or I should say, these two guys do. So, um, Dory and Michael come poking in through here. You see one of the scientists walking in, uh, kind of like he's trying to not draw too much attention to himself, but um, you can tell that it's a scientist. There's a little bit of the white coat um, trailing behind him as he's moving around and such, like leaning up against the edges of the building. He's poking his head in and like looking in, and his eyes go wide, and he runs in, and let's have him pull out. I'm gonna do this real quick. Giving him a roll. He's got to roll on one under. Sweet. He pulls out this little device. Or sorry, not a device, but it's kind of like a cloth that has a little bit of metallic wiring, and it expands So to open up like kind of a tube, he opens up like the fabric lid on the top and runs at one of the turkeys and kind of just like flops it, kind of like a bucket would do, and he plops one of the turkeys into the um into his little cloth tube, closes the lid, and it's now kind of just like looking at you guys and a little bit of like shock and confusion and fear on his face, gathering the scene and seeing what's going on. He, he says he's sleeping. Is he now? God, this is not good. Um, it and he runs up to the big turkey, while holding his little cloth sack type of thing, and puts his hand up against the head of the turkey and kind of trying to feel for movement. He says, I still feel something. There's movement underneath. He pulls out of his pocket, um, like a black and gray device. He pulls a wire, and you can kind of see it's like a communication device. He pushes a button on the side, and he says, uh, Cobb, are you in? And he takes a step back. The two turkeys, for some reason, at the presence of one of the scientists, start to slow down and kind of mellow out a little bit more. They are a little bit on edge, but they don't seem to be as ready to attack. And he says, Cobb, are you in? Cobb. Yeah, go ahead. So you grab those, and from the other end of the receiver device, you hear, yeah, I'm in. What's going on? He said, Cobb, Cobb, go ahead. The scientist looks at you. What was that? What language is that? Sorry, I gotta help Lucy real quick. Hey, baby. Okay, one sec, sorry. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, when Michael comes back, I'll finish up anyway, so it's all good. Hey, girly. Is there a bottle? Is there a bottle in there? Oh, I might have just been blind. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. All right, sweet. Okay, so back into it real quick. Sort of finishing up session anyway. Um, so Tom kind of saying random uh words out loud. Um, so the scientist kind of looks up at him and continues, and he says, "Cobb, what do we do here? Uh, the Thrasher is either unconscious or down for good. I don't know." And you hear on the other end, "Wait, seriously? Lord, what are they doing over there?" He says, "Seems as if, uh, well, they were successful, I guess." Well, they must have exceeded expectations, then I suppose. Uh, yes, definitely did. Thrasher doesn't look the same anymore. Uh, you should probably come see this. There's no way I'm going to be able to drag him back to you." Cobb says, "Sounds good. I'll head that way. Well, I'll come in. Uh, we're heading up that way later. Anyway, I'll come look tonight. Maybe snap a couple of pictures, grab some readings from him, and upload it into the database." The scientist says, "Okay, sounds good. I don't know where to go from here." And Cobb says, "Don't worry about it. Whoa, this is great. This will be a success." And he kind of, in like a louder way, "Thank you guys." So that's it. And so the scientist looking up at you guys, still eyes kind of wide, and says, "I am stunned. I'm impressed. I'm also very confused. And it sounds like you would be a great asset to Cobb. Um, well, I'm looking forward to tonight then. Let's go. Do you remember what you're doing tonight? You guys have forgotten. Oh no. No, no, not that kind of tonight. Remember at dusk, up north, still. Well, I suppose you guys, you were supposed to bring back the feathers. This is really just a test to know if we should involve you. But we were gonna go and test out our tagging. I'll just tell you, it's the forced evolutionary virus, okay? I don't know if I should be telling you that, but man, you guys are so crazy anyway. It's not like we're gonna be able to control what you're doing, but you can still be helpful. We Okay, you can keep all the feathers you want from him. In fact, he can be your pet if you would like, but don't think we'll be needing him for what we thought we would anymore. But so let's meet at Cobb's house at sundown, and we'll, I suppose, make a plan from there with Cobb. Deal? What? Deal it is. You crazies. You guys remind me of somebody. There's two guys over what have you ever met uh Buford and Beaumont? No? You have? Oh man. Yeah, we'll have to get you guys together. We'll have to get you guys together and have a real hoedown, a real crazy time. They remind me of you guys. But all right, well let's meet later tonight at Cobb's house and we'll go from there. Scientist out. I love you. Kiss him on his head. Good. And so with that, the scientist says, I'll be back to collect data on him in a moment, but I need to head back and grab some supplies. So we'll see you around. Okay, I won't. I'll make sure he's taken care of. And with that, he walks out the tent, and we end there. End of scene. Okay, sounds good. We can talk more about it next session. I'll let you guys end there. Yeah, love you too. You too.